Hi Triple J, here I am with Bob Brown. Very excited to meet Bob. Extremely excited and probably been acting a bit fluttery. Sorry Bob. How are you?
Just like me. Here I am, Triple J, with Naomi, and I'm all a Twitter.
So what brings you to Mona today, and what's been happening
Well,
with
I'm
you
in
lately?
Tasmania. I think Mona's a fantastic institution. It's now drawing more visitors than Port Arthur, but it's a lot of human history here. I love the ancient history, the ancient artworks, as well as the diversity of the modern stuff. And I've got friends here. Partner Paul's coming along for the first time. He's been too busy on the farm, so a good day.
Yes, so he's enjoying it?
Yeah. And why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you? Exactly.
Yeah.
There's something here for everyone.
David Walsh.
Yeah. So sea shepherds, there's a ship nearby.
Yeah,
Tell
down the
us
river.
what's
This is the
happening.
Derwent River behind us. In the port of Hobart. That's the Sam Simon. That's the ship that was funded by Sam Simon, who created The Simpsons. And he's donated this ex-Japanese whaling fleet ship to Sea Shepherd. They've refurbished it, and they're going to go south to try and protect the whales instead of kill the whales, as the Japanese fleet is coming south, and the Australian, New Zealand, US governments will sit on their hands while the illegal, and it is illegal under international law, whaling by the Japanese fleet, and it's very violent, takes place. And so I'm very pleased to be supporting Sea Shepherd, and I had vegan lunch with the crew there the day before yesterday, and they're a great lot. They're people from all over the world and all over Australia, and they're there to protect the great whales, and if we can't protect them, what use are we?
Exactly. So there are a lot of people that are supporting Sea Shepherd, which is great, isn't it?
But not enough.
But not enough.
Not enough. And Paul Watson, the founder and captain of Sea Shepherd, is out on the Steve Irwin, one of the other three ships in the Pacific at the moment, and he's threatened with arrest if he comes ashore anywhere for having non-violently opposed the Japanese government. And he's got a business visa to come to Australia, but we need to hear it from our government that he's free to come here as an environmental citizen who's protecting Australia's great whales, and they're not going to dance to the string of the politicians in Tokyo who want to arrest him and take him to Tokyo, where of course they charge him with whatever they like, and there's a 90+% chance in Tokyo of any prosecution of being convicted. So it's where is the Australian government? Why isn't there a patrol boat going south? Why isn't the Australian Navy involved? Why isn't the Australian government pursuing in the World Court, where it's put a case against the illegality of the Japanese whaling, an injunction to stop them in their tracks? Anyway, they're questions for Julia Gillard to answer, questions for Tony Abbott to say what he would do. The Greens would intervene, but it's, the big parties, while they quiver at the idea of taking on Tokyo, are not doing the right thing by the whales or by Sea Shepherd.
It's horrible, absolutely horrible. And can you tell us about the mining as well that's happening in Tassie?
Well, just before Christmas, Tony Burke, the National Minister for the Environment, Australia's top environmentalist, ticked off on a 1 kilometre across open cut mine in the Tarkine protected area. This great wilderness on the northwest coast of Tasmania. It should be protected. He should have been putting in their education centres and extolling the wonders of the Aboriginal occupation there for thousands of years, as well as the natural virtues of this, what should be World Heritage Wilderness. Instead of that, he's ticking off on mines, and I think he's going to tick off on another one early this year. Watch for it, because people have to know that if they're voting for Labor, they're voting for open cut mines in what should be World Heritage areas. He ticked off last year on the biggest open cut coal mine on earth in the Darling Downs of Queensland, and you can imagine what greenhouse gases are going to come from that coal when it's burnt overseas. So, things are a bit off the rails.
They are really off the rails. And with mining, I mean, so many people just see the job side of things, can you tell people again, for those who don't know, there are all these things about mining that are horrible to the environment?
Well, it's jobs sparse. Less than 2% of jobs in Australia are in mining. But it's 60 to 80% owned overseas, which is where all the millions go, all the money goes.
Yep.
This place here, this single wonderful Mona, employs more people than that huge open cut coal mine in the Tarquin is going to employ, and it's bringing joy and creativity, not destruction and natural degradation. So we can do a lot better.
Yeah, so there's lots of other ways to employ people other than mining. Yes.
And this is the future of Tasmania, the natural and its human history and just the sheer loveliness of the place. We're looking at Mount Wellington up there, you know, that's mountain over Tasmania, which is as high as 3 Empire State Buildings. You just drive up there and you're in a different world.
We
such
slept
a
up
good place
there the
to go.
other day.
Did you?
We nearly got swept off the mountain.
Did you?
And the car started rocking.
I sat up there for a week in the 1970s protesting about 8 nuclear reactors being brought into port here on a big aircraft carrier. But
so much good work over the years. I'm very amazed, very inspired.
Life's great, you know, and if you get involved, you feel better. So
you do, very satisfying. So
great
how do
you?
On the last note, how do you stay positive through these things that you've got to fight and the negativity of the battles?
I get asked that a lot, and you hear the morning news and you think, oh crikey. Look, and I spent quite a bit depressed when I was young, and I found it wasn't much fun. You've got to park that on the shelf. What are the things you can't change, and get on with the things that you can. And you've got a choice. You can be optimistic or pessimistic. It feeds on itself. I say go for optimism. It's a much better way to live.
Yeah, thank you so much, Bob.
Okay.
Thanks for today. It's really lovely to meet you.
You too.
Thanks a lot.
Enjoy Mona.
Thank you.